Good evening and salutations, my soap opera fans. So tonight's statement is Brooke throws Carter under the bus on the Bold and the Beautiful. Yeah, if you saw it, think about the wording that she used. Carter's planning on taking over the company and my daughter's involved. If you saw it. My daughter's involved? Or is your daughter also want us to spearheading this? No. My daughter's involved. Yo, I sat there and said yesterday, who is she going to betray? I did not sit there and see that shit coming. Okay? And we're going to sit there and talk about all the soaps General Hospital, Days of Our Lives, Bold and Beautiful, Young and Restless. As you are coming in, make sure you do hit the like button. And as I always sit there and say, I am one person. There's 18 people so far. I am not going to sit there and get to every single comment. But, I read your comments and we'll just do it that way. All right. Let's do roll call first. Then I will charge up my tablet, get this started. Crystal is in the chat. How you doing tonight? Amber is in the chat. How you doing tonight? Kristen's in the chat. How you doing tonight? Kristen Ramirez is in the chat. How you doing tonight? Blackmont, aka Mr. GQ, is in the chat. Amy's in the chat. How you doing tonight? Danny is in the chat. How you doing tonight? Spencer's in the chat. How you doing tonight? CJ Clove is in the chat. How you doing tonight? Antoinette's in the chat. How you doing tonight? Ed the Bank is in the chat. How you doing tonight? Queen of the South is in the chat. How you doing tonight? Cherry Ice Cream is in the chat. How are you doing tonight? All right, I'm gonna sit there and charge this up since. My tablet and phone was upside down, so it wasn't really charging or anything. Hey, Autumn's in the chat. How you doing tonight? I'm good, Ed. I took a nap and I feel groggy as hell. All right. Like I said, I'm not gonna sit there and be able to get to every single comment, so just understand that. Autumn says, I'm shocked Brooke told Rich, which it was the right thing to do. Hope is partly responsible as well because Carter was like, oh, I have this pit in my stomach. I'm like, a sign you shouldn't do it. Exactly. Anthony, the number one YouTuber, how are you doing tonight? By the way, I'm retiring and off my job. Okay. All right. Blackmon says, see, this is why I'm looking at your bold and the beautiful review, Albert. Instead of the bold show, instead of the bold show, I already have anxiety. Hmm. Glad to hear that, Anthony. Gloria, I like challenges. How are you doing tonight? Spencer says, yeah, I think this is definitely going to backfire the whole dynamic. Family, it might backfire, but we'll see. But I don't know how Tracy is going to react when Jason going to live at the Q's, man. She gonna have to deal with it. She gonna have to deal with it. That's what she gonna have to do. I think this is the best of a bad situation though. Jason staying there and Scout already, and I forgot to sit there and say it, but Scout already said that she didn't want to go to DC. So Scout stays and everyone else stays, and you know, Michael say, "Happy birthday, Gloria." I like saving challenges. Happy birthday, Gloria. Let's everyone say happy birthday to Gloria. So yes, happy birthday. Let's everyone say happy birthday to Gloria. I mean, the thing is, Spencer, here's how I look at it. The Qs need some fresh blood. And Jeanette is in the chat. How you doing tonight? The Qs need some fresh blood. Let's just keep that real. Okay. So having Danny and Scout and Rocco and everything like that, that is definitely what the Qs need. So, and that's it's great because at that point he doesn't, you know, Danny doesn't have to sit there and try to decide between what parent he wants to sit there and stay with. Blackmon says Steffi's reaction I will hear from yep. Blackmon. I'm telling you this much. Carter ass is about to be fired. Okay? Carter's ass is about to be fired. Okay? Now it may be a whole different area, Spencer. Maybe a whole different area. And that, yeah, exactly. He does have a. See, that's the thing about Jason. This is the reason why I sat there was like, listen, as much as I like Jason, I don't know if Danny should be living with him. The dude still does dangerous stuff. He's still a mobster. He still has enemies. That's still a problem. So yes. But Blackmon, I sit there and I look at that guy Remy, and I'm like, okay, well, if Remy's not the stalker, but we saw Remy sitting in a dark ass room with a bunch of pictures of Electra. So if she didn't get away from wherever she was because of him, why did she give it? Why did she get away? Why did she leave Australia if it wasn't for Remy? Because he was sitting there just kind of standing there looking at her and everything like that. He came up there, I was like, okay, she's gonna freak out. Hey, Remy, let's hug and sit there and catch up. I'm like, wait, what? I thought he was a. I know. And CJ Clove, how you doing tonight? How do you feel about the chemistry between? I mean, I don't really do chemistry, so I don't know anything about that. But I do, it's nice to sit there and see. Oh, Gio. I don't see any chemistry, but well, to be fair, I don't know what chemistry is. So I'm probably not the right person to ask that question. But I will say this much though, CJ Clove. Gio has Gio has been on this show for 8 months and they have not given that man the storyline. And that's actually pathetic at this point. So I understand, like I wish they would do more with Gio, other than just be a supporting character and a sounding ear. Because honestly, tell you, CJ Clove, we thought that those two were going to be together. That's the problem. And then when we found out it wasn't, we're kind of like, well, what is Gio doing? I thought Gio was there to sit there and give Trina a storyline. That's my thing. Sean says, I think Jennifer will forgive Kat because Chad likes her. So weird way to forgive somebody. LaShawn says, I like the way Jason, Morgan, Dante are getting along. Danny told his dad that he wants to live with them. Yeah, that did happen. But CJ Clove, where the hell have you been at? Me too. I thought Gio was exactly. CJ Clove, I haven't seen you in so long. What's good, Duan? But it's interesting though, Danny. It's interesting. It says he will give up a lot for his son, even to sit there and stick it out with the Qs, right? Duan, Brooke Logan did the right thing for the first time in her life. She did the right thing for the first time in her life. But let's think about that, what she did. Carter sat there and said, I'm not going to let the Logans be second class citizens at that job. Okay? Steffy could sit there and decide to fire Carter. Decide to fire Katie just on a good whim. So, how much of a good job did she do? What's good, Ronnie Ron? Oh, drinking with friends at the bar. Okay. All right. What's good, Lisa? Caesar Close. I started watching GH. I'm catching up on days and B&B though. And Lisa, also another person said that I'm shocked that Brooke did the right thing. Okay, that's interesting. Donna says I think Gio was intended to be Trina's love interest, but the new writers had different ideas. Yeah. Problem with it is because of that, he's just been on the cutting floor. You know. Okay, good. Yeah, I'm on episode 4 now, so yeah, I'm on episode 4, so I'm liking it so far. I'm liking it so far. Gorgeous Queen Cat Lady, Gio is minding his own damn business. Jeez, let him cook. What does that even mean, mind his own business? The problem is he ain't got no business of mine. He ain't getting shit. Spencer says, "You're all right. I don't know if you saw Jason scene from '96. No. Um, Jason turned into Jason. We know he used to be in it a hole. His parents, he destroyed his own room, drove. Yes, I remember that part. Gorgeous Queen Cat Lady. Blackmon says, I'm having a breakfast sampler from IHOP with pancakes and syrup. Oh, nice. Nice, 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 nice. Sean says, how it would be funny as F if they turned Gio into Trina Stalker. Kai be the hero. Okay. I don't know how funny that would be, but I think it would be interesting. Cat Lady says, GH giving clues now. Damn, give him a minute. They got all this packing to move past. Yes, I am, Danny. See? Yes, I am, Danny. Are you ready for Thanksgiving? Listen, this time I didn't. This time I ain't come up with it. I mean, I ain't come up with it this time. Yes, Ed. Yeah, it's funny too, because like part of me wanted to do a review on that and talk about that, and yeah, and Ron Smith is saying the same thing too. Do you think that since Kristen can't be with Brady, will she change her mind about him being? That's exactly what she's doing. That's exactly what Edison did talking about. And it's the problem is yes, one, it was a filler. They've been doing fillers for days, and I've said this before, and I'll sit there and say this again. I think it has a lot to do with the passing of Drake Hogan and Bill Hayes. What's good, Jillian? Of Bill Hayes and Joe and Drake Hogan, because we've been in this really um no, Joey, I'm on episode 4, so I'm definitely gonna sit there. I'm definitely gonna watch it this week, and we're gonna talk about it next week, Jillian, because I got some thoughts. So I hope I get to see you next week, Jillian. Blackmon says, "I am Cat Lady." Yeah, Jillian, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. I got some thoughts about that. So I may actually put that shit in the title though too, Jillian. I'm telling you that much. But even if I don't put it in the title, we're gonna talk about it next week. But yeah, and it gets to a point where it's like it's just so tiresome. It's so damn tiresome to sit there and see Kristen do the exact same shit. She gets desperate, okay, because she felt like she was played by Brady. Was Brady did admit that he was doing that, but like he doesn't have to actually be with you. So what does she decide to do? Oh, well, I'm gonna make sure you don't see Rachel as much. Like, come on, seriously? Like, not one writer isn't there looking at that shit being like, oh, I'm so sick and tired of this shit. Like, really? Julian says I'll be on vacation next week, but I'll catch you live one night. Okay. When you do, we'll sit there and talk about it, Julian, because I'm definitely gonna be ready for some comments. Kevin says Hope is using Carter. He's stupid. He doesn't love anybody but her. Oh, she doesn't love anybody but herself. Yeah, Kevin, she's a succubus. That's exactly what succubus are. Look up a succubus if you don't know what succubus is. Blackman says, I'll be right. What if Steffy gets rid of all the Logans? Yeah, Brooke didn't think about that. Brooke did not sit there and think about that at all. Kelly says, why don't Hope ask her new stepmommy to help her with Big Bad Steffy? Brooke ain't ready for Steffy. Steffy is the queen of LA. And it says, why didn't have the door locked and Gio just opened? And it's funny, Ed, I sat there and I said to myself, and I said to the, um, I said that in my reviews, like, you can't just walk in a woman's space and not knock on the door. Autumn, yes, Autumn. You remember when she sat there and she punched a psychopath in the face? I said her stepmommy, not her mommy. Oh, my bad. What's good, Francis? Why don't she get help from her stepmom? Oh, okay. Yeah, I just answered that question, Ed. I just answered that question. Don't walk into a woman's space without knocking. Lisa says Steffi thinks she's the queen. Listen, Lisa, Steffi got LA on lock. And that's you just gotta accept it. Spencer says, I'm gonna send you some legendary scenes from back in the day. Okay, thank you, Spencer. Kelly, who are you saying damn to? Who are you saying damn to? Lisa says Sheila will set her back on her feet. Okay. Yeah, Francis says hi, Kelly. You baby. Well, cat lady, what do you say? Okay, but okay. So what is it about though? What is it about your snitches saying damn to him? I'm sorry, I got like 35 people in the chat and like four people trying to ask me questions at the same time. So Francis says Albert Tracy's not going to like Jace move back into the court. Yeah, I know. We were just sitting there talking about that, but you have to deal with it though, because he is a Quartermaine, so liking it or not, you're gonna have to sit there and deal with it. And it says, do you think Johnny's going to go through with telling Chanel the truth? No, I don't. I don't. Kelly said just that you forgot who was her stepmom for a second. Was Hope's stepmom for it? I don't even know who is Hope's stepmom. If you're talking about Hope's stepmom, no, I have no idea. Unless you're talking about Sheila, right? You're talking about Sheila, right? Because I knew I read that right. I don't know. But I mean, she ain't gonna do shit. Steffi sat there and punched her right in her face, walked in there and punched her right in her face. Okay. Oh, golly, I can't wait to have you in my stream. Ron says, Albert, what do you have to say about fans attacking the actor and also the actress playing Sheila? That they're nut jobs, Ron. That they're nut jobs and that they can't tell the difference between reality and fantasy. Sean says Albert Dex will get wounded when he tries to arrest Cyrus. Unless he cuts him with a Bible, I don't think so. Now, if this is old Cyrus, then yeah. But new Cyrus, no, no. Exactly, Donna. Monica will put Tracy out before letting Jason go if he tells he wants to live there. Exactly. But she'll huff and puff, but she won't do a damn thing. So, by the way, just let you know in the chat, um, Cat Lady's turning into Bad Kitty. Bad Kitty says, "See, I would told you Jason would go back home." Yes, you. That's what was in this. I said that in my review. I wish I would have. I should have gave you your credit because I know somebody said that. I did mention that today on my review. I was like, somebody said. Francis says, "Albert, when are you and Cat Lady live streaming?" That's a really good question, Cat Lady. I told Cat Lady whenever she wants to come through, okay, she can come through and grace us with her presence, her lovely presence. So, Cat Lady is something else. I love it. Damn, Diva. Oh, okay, I think anymore. Most likely Saturday or Sunday. Okay. Yeah, it's too bad, Frank, because yeah, Francis is not a member, but Francis, if you become a member, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. Ron says, I will be honest with you. I'm not feeling the Maggie, Sarah, Xander scenes from her recovery. See, that's my whole thing. Using what you call it as a prop, that's true, Lisa. That's true. But see, the thing is, Lisa, here's the thing, Lisa. Steffi's not afraid, which makes her kind of stupid in a sense. She confronted Sheila in a dark alley. Yeah? She confronted Sheila in a dark alley. She confronted a sociopath in a dark alley. Anyway, says Albert should open a site just for non-members sometimes, cough, cough. Well, Cat Lady, if you want me to open this Saturday to non-members, then I'll do it. I'll do if you come through for non-members this Saturday, then I'll do it. Yep. Sean says Albert Cody should avoid Sasha at all costs. Yeah, because they're cousins. What's good last day? Last day, you ready to cook tonight? What do you think about Carter? What do you think about Brooke throwing Carter under the bus? As I thought Gio was going to go to college to take classes. I also agree with your view. Kai has a story. Dex being treated like a day player, and Gio needs a real story from his. Yes, I agree with everything, Ed. Absolutely, Cat Lady. Yeah. Well, Cat Lady, you are the queen, so you know. Ron, I will reach out to him one day. I will sit there and reach out to him. I'll tell you that much. Jay Blue was good. So Cody and Tracy didn't learn nothing about Sasha's kidnapping. I totally forgot that chick got kidnapped, right? That's true, Jillian. They haven't. Lassie says Brooke made it out to be that Carter is the bad guy. No, hopefully. Thank you, last day. Yes. See, I know I can count on you to sit there and cook with me. I was waiting to come on the stream tonight. I was like, I gotta sit there and see what you guys saying. Kelly says, "Oh, didn't." Donna says, "Is the actor playing Dex even on contract?" Yes, he is on contract. Unless he's not on contract anymore, Donna. The last time I checked, he was still on contract. Gio is on contract, and apparently that don't mean shit. I want you to think about that. Gio's on contract, and that didn't mean shit. He's been on this show for 8 months. It didn't mean a damn thing. See what I mean? The storylines are so whack at times. Yes, that's true, Jay Blum. See, that's the thing, though, right, Jay Blue? Because if Stella didn't say anything, TJ wouldn't have won. TJ wouldn't have won, right? And it would have made their relationship from bad to even worse, right? No, but I do understand though, like I do understand Curtis' loyalty because he's like, hey, listen, he never did anything to me to make me want to stab him in the back. Lisa says Curtis was sucker punched today. Oh, you mean? I'm very curious about that, Lisa. What do you mean? Her story is interesting. Does it seem like he's too creepy? Seems to she seems to like him. Yeah, that's what I'm saying last day. Because if he's not the creepy stalker that made her leave Australia or whatever she was from, then why did she leave? Because last day we saw him having a bunch of pictures and stuff like that on the wall and everything. Yeah, Wiley. Well, how? He only has Wiley and Amelia. Michael blew him away. With what? Like Lisa, when you sit there and say sucker punch, the only sucker punch I remember is excuse my language, bitch made sucker punching Jason. That's the only sucker punch I remember was bitch made sucker punching Jason. Um, I think he wants to sit there and try to recruit Curtis to go at to out what you call it out Drew out the company. My whole thing is like, bro, you don't Drew talk, okay, but my whole thing is like, bro, you're not exactly on a high moral ground. I understand where you feel. Sean says, Ava got on trial for an unborn child is silly. How was it silly? That's all good, Ron. I'll sit there and see you this weekend. I get to see you this weekend, and you get to sit there and see the gorgeous, lovely Queen Cat Lady. Cat Lady says, "Don't you, Sir Albert? We were doing so well." I love her. I love Cat Lady. Cat Lady, Cat Lady, Cat Lady. What am I gonna do with you? Mm-mm-mm. He was in shock. He was in shock. What do you mean in shock by what? Yeah, have a good night, Ron. You mean by well, he really wasn't in shock. He knew about the kiss. So unless Michael alluded to more than that. Oh, because of really? Okay, thank you for letting me know, Black Man. The conversation was sitting down. Kelly says red room and ties up. Oh, the song. Okay, I got you. I got you. Ron says, okay, going to see Cat Lady. Hopefully, Nikisha more joins the chat, please. She is in the chat. Uh, Cat Lady says, Red Room and ties up. I don't get it. I mean, I get it from the song, but like, Ed, that's the same thing with Michael, though, right? Ed, that could be the same thing with Michael too. Wink says, partner, husband, whatever he calls himself. TJ sucks. First forgetting Molly's birthday, and now having to be told supporting by Stella, right? Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, Harry says, Lauren, he says and he be saying he remembers things. I do remember things. That's why I mentioned the song. Are you talking about when I said, "What am I going to do with you, cat lady"? It was that what I was referring to? What happened to Rebecca Shaw's twin sister? You know what happened to her? She went. Well, honestly, to tell you the truth, when she came back, like the character just wasn't as popular, so they just let her go. Like she went off somewhere off screen. Taylor says, "What did I say? It meant though." It was okay. You know what? All right. I think it has something to do with being tied up in some sort of um, sexual act. I know it's a song from Pitbull. I think I remember that much. Remember that part. You might have got me there, Callie. You might have got me there. You might have got me there. Yeah, exactly, Spencer. So even I think I remember even the actress snippet saying like, "Yeah, they brought me back, but it didn't work." Thank you, Francis. Yes, make sure you hit that like button. 33 people in the chat. I'm not even sure how many likes we have, but hit the like button because it definitely helps me out. You got me on this one, cat lady. You got me on this one. Yeah, got me. Still a diva though. Donna says, I get it. We don't always communicate well and we think people are supposed to read our thoughts. Yeah, and that's kind of the problem, right? Thank you, Francis. I don't have my tablet, so I can't sit there and cheat because it's still charging because well, I was using it for reasons. But but see that's the thing, that's the problem with that. And I was gonna sit there and say earlier says I hit the say it with me dislike button while I house the channel. I love Bad Kitty. She is something. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you. Thank you, Lisa. God damn diva. What's good, Jonathan? But see, that's my whole thing. And I said this yesterday. The guy who wants to sit there and try to fix his marriage is not doing anything to fix his marriage except for sitting there stewing and being upset with Drew and everything. I'm like, bro, you're not exactly that much of on a high moral ground. Yeah, I understand you being upset with Drew, but you're more upset with Drew than you are Willow, and she betrayed you. What's good, Tom Tom? She does bring it. Francis, she does bring it. I love it. Jonathan, it just made the most sense, right? It just made the most sense. So that's right, Francis. Thank you, Lisa. When people want to sit there and try to act like Drew is just the devil in this one, you would think so, right, Ed? I mean, you would think so, right, Ed? That's true, Julian. That's true. Really? I never seen that, Sean. I mean, he might have just liked what he liked. Now, Kelly says Mike is really at himself because he made the mistake as well, and now he can't act the way he really wants to. So now he needs to be like AJ the Snake. Okay. Exactly, Lisa. She got a pattern. That's right, Jonathan. Monica will be happy off screen. Monica would definitely be happy off screen that her other son is back. Oh yeah, no, I answered that. Yeah, yeah, they never got back to that. I guess Ed, because at that point he was sitting there thinking he was going to try to work it out with his wife. Remember, he kept on saying, "I want to fix my marriage. I want to fix my marriage." That bro don't even want to sit and even be home in the same room. What's good, Deluxe? He doesn't even want to be home in the same damn room. So like, you know. Now Donna says communication requires people in a relationship that say what they mean and honestly and respectfully, and not what they think the other person wants to hear. See, Donna, this applies to the Molly situation, right? Because what's good, Gemini? What's good? It's good to see you. So right now, people, I'm gonna get to your question. Just write it again, Jonathan, because I'm trying to get to this and Spencer's comment, which I know I'm not going to be able to, but I'm gonna try. This applies to TJ as well. And Jonathan, yes, I'm gonna answer that question one minute. This applies to TJ as well. See, people sat there and said that TJ needed to read the room. Well, Molly needs to sit there and communicate and say, "Hey, listen, I need you there." Because if you sit there and say he doesn't need to go, then he doesn't need to go. But I just saw people sit there in the comment section saying that TJ needs to read the room, and if it wasn't for Stella, he wouldn't have went. Okay. So here's my thing, Jonathan. I'm at a point with Kristen where it's just getting old. Her using her daughter as some sort of punishment to Brady is old. Her being obsessed over Brady at some point, even when she sat there and said, "I know this is going to come across as desperate." I'm like, you're too late. You've been being desperate. And yeah, Brady did sit there and string her along. He did sit there and admit that to Ava. But, he doesn't. It is foolish on him to sit there and string her along. He shouldn't have did that. That was wrong. But her constantly using Rachel as some sort of punishment and bargaining chip, it shit just gets kind of old after a while. And I'm literally sitting there looking at the writers like, exactly, Francis. It's like at a point, it's like, aren't y'all just tired of sitting there doing that? Thank you. Jay Blue says Molly's at fault too. They need to be in couples therapy. So does Michael and Willow. There you go, Jay Blue. Okay, now Spencer, what did you rate? Spencer says, Albert, would you be handling Drew in real life like Michael is handling it? Because I feel like Michael is just handling it very nonchalant when instead of just flipping out. Well, here's the thing with Spencer. I'm more of a logical person. I don't just flip out on people. Um, but my whole First of all, I would have told Willow the honest truth, and I would have been just as mad as Will. I would have been just as mad at Willow as I would have been at Drew. I wouldn't have sat there and been more upset with Drew than Willow. Um, I would have confronted him about the whole thing and confronted her about the fact that, hey, you know what? Listen, I slept with Sasha. Let's try to make this work. Instead of the idiotic dumb shit that Michael's doing at this point, this passive aggressive nonsense. Okay. I'm like, Michael, did you ever sit there and think of maybe this is the reason why Willow kind of fell out of love with you? Is because of the way that at least with Drew, he takes direct action. You can sit there and say what you want about Drew, but Drew will sit there and take direct action. There we go. John says, and if Brady and Ava do start to have a romance relationship, Kristen will probably try to ruin it just like she did with Chloe. Exactly. And that's the thing though, right, Jonathan? As much as I like Dave, certain shit does get kind of old. Kristen and her I feel like it's a detriment to the character. Kristen being that desperate is a detriment to the character. That's number one. You know, and the constant using Rachel as this bargaining tool is like. I think this is the reason why I start to enjoy so much more of the other stuff instead. Exactly, Francis, and it starts to get really annoying. Catlin says Michael is feeling too guilty. That's why, so he can't take action the way he wants. He needs to do something now, Catlin, because I listen. I'm not gonna sit there and try to pretend like I know much about women, but they women like a man who's direct, and Michael does not know how to do that shit. And this is the reason why Drew. One of the many reasons why she's attracted to Drew. Blackmon says Albert can't. Can that be signed doc? Can that be the signed document Carter and Hope have become null and void now that Rich knows the truth? Yeah, I don't remember. Blackmon. I remember you sitting up there saying like, that's true. That's true, Catley. Yes, that's very true. Spencer says, yeah, I like the answer. Thanks, Albert, for explaining that. Yeah, Michael needs definitely confront Willow and tell the truth and stop. Yeah, exactly. Because you can't sit there and start to fix shit until you're honest. Jillian says, yeah, yes, it's not right that Michael slept with Sasha since he married, but that shouldn't have stopped him from confronting Willow about what he saw. He's just giving her a pass. That's true, Jillian. Johnson says, I guess Kristen is more desperate than desperate appears. Apparently so, yeah. But that's what I'm saying. Jonathan. It starts to get kind of old after a while. We thinks Molly's going to be able to not tell the truth on the stand and give Ava the death look. Christina's going to learn on the stand. I get what she's trying to do, and I get that she wants to do the whole let's get justice for our little girl and everything, and I get that part, but I feel like Christina is still being very naive. She thinks that just because she has the truth on her side, that's going to be enough. And she keeps thinking that she's going to be able to outsmart Rick. You couldn't outsmart Rick when you was at that damn bistro. Oh, poor Charles Grill. Yes, thank you, Donna. Yeah, I remember reading your comment earlier. You made a valid point, Donna. I mean, it is bold and beautiful, so. But you made one hell of a point, Donna. That's true, Jay Blue. It got to start somewhere, or at least try. Now, Cherry says Michael wants to save his marriage, or at least try. See, that's the problem, though. He says he wants to save his marriage, but what he says and how he acts is two different things. That's the problem, right? Yeah, he says he wants to save his marriage, but he doesn't even want to sit there and be in the same room as her. So that's, you know what I'm saying? Like, actions speak louder than words at the end of the day. That's the problem. That's the thing. And Michael's not about action. Tom says, Albert, do you think that Drew, if he could have been the guardian of Danny, I bet he would have kept that part out maliciously. Uh, Maybe Tom. I mean, I know he doesn't like Jason, which is really odd because I'm like, Drew not liking Jason. I'm like, bro, he went to Greece to sit there and save your ass. You are back with your family because of Jason. And he didn't make it out for 2 years because he decided to go to Greece to save your ass. So why don't you sit there and show a little more appreciation, more gratitude? Sean says Albert Michael telling Curtis that he's not a royal CEO. Curtis would rip Michael to shreds. He better watch how he talks. Hmm? Okay. Ed says, I don't know if you realize that Sonny gave Christina an opportunity and it never works out. Perks, Charlie's, the center, and now this. To be fair, the center wasn't necessarily her fault, but yeah, I don't even remember Perks and Charlie's. I know he isn't that they're trying to give her something to do. And to be fair, Ed, I don't know what happened with Charlie's. They never sat there and said that they never said that she got fired. Gorgeous Queen Janet, how are you doing, love? What do you think about Brooke throwing Carter under the bus? Hmm? Thoughts on Sally? Listen, I'm here for the Sally and Billy stuff. And if it irks Adam, I'm more than okay with that. I'm more than okay with that. Victor Smith did talk about, well, after he brags about how he took over Chancellor from Billy, then he's like, well, no one comes after our family. Okay, but he wasn't coming after your family though. Ooh, okay. Now Janet also said, I think Brooke did the right thing. I think I'm probably the only person that's a little bit like that feels like it's sort of out of pocket. Um, Janet, you have no idea how many people actually said the same thing that you said. Exactly. That's the thing, though, Jonathan. Given the history, given the fact that Xander shot Brady and his mom, think about that. He shot Brady and his mom, but they were being decent. He even offered back his job. You know, Donna says, I mean, did they ever finish Oscar's treehouse that they were building together? Guess is something else that Jade forgot. I don't think that they forgot that. I think that they just specifically ignored that. Not a fan. Not a fan, Jonathan. Dylan says, I don't understand what all these women see in Drew. He's so creepy. If a man was acting that way towards me, I would get far away as I could. What is wrong with Willow? What's wrong with Willow? What's wrong with Willow? What does that mean? I don't understand. Gillian, Willow is just as much as a participant in this whole mess as much as Drew is, right? Here's the thing though. I'm not going to saying that Drew is perfect. I don't think anyone's perfect, but like Drew is not there acting on emotions, right? And it's up to Willow to decide if she actually wants to sit there and save her marriage as much as she claims. The real Sheree is in the chat. Let's everyone say what's up to Sheree. I will definitely call you after the stream. Exactly, Sean. Willow likes Drew's muscles. Not gonna stay. Let's just no. I will sit there and call you after the stream. Shit's been crazy. I'm just keeping it real, J Blue. Tom says you're right out, and when he came back from Greece, he was telling everybody that him and Jason became closer. Yeah, exactly. And and the thing is, yeah, she, I not, no, Sheree, I definitely. Did you get my message on Twitter? I sent you a picture of my phone. I've actually told you if I sent you a picture of how fucked up my phone is. And I don't know if you've been on Twitter lately, but on Twitter, you'll sit there and see how my phone looks. Ah, Black Mom's being freaky. I love it. Thank you, Shia. Thank you, Sheree. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I know. I sent you the picture. I sent it to you on Facebook too. Like, it looks bad. I actually tell you too, Shia. Sheree, it looks dangerous. S says I agree. And Charlie's just disappeared. Christina should get Diane to help her fight for that. Think making Ava her is exactly then making her life purpose is yes. Oh, you're banned. Oh shit. Oh shit. Sheree, what did you do? What did you do to get in Twitter jail? Illness is a red comments where people think Cyrus has something to do with Sam's death. What are your thoughts on it? Or do the thing is, Jillian, people have actually said in this chat that Cyrus had something to do with it. I'm still trying to figure out how. I'm really trying to figure out how. Because they must have got that from somewhere. And I think they got that from like a spoiler channel or something. I just don't see how. I mean, Jillian, this dude is supposed to be about a man of God and everything, right? So like why would he just I'm telling you, Jillian, if he has something to do with Sam's death, I'm be like, I don't know what the hell what GH is writing at this point. Because it really does not make any sense. It really does not. That's right, Francis. Apparently, Cherie is in Twitter jail. I do too, Jillian. The problem is that some people take those fake spoilers to heart. Previews seem to indicate Cyrus did it. Would have Cyrus probably did do it so that Lulu would have Dante back. Hmm. Okay. All right. All right. I like the theory, John. Damn it, Jonathan. I could have used you yesterday. I was like, I knew you said Jonathan. Yesterday, I was like, yo, what the hell is my damn Michael Baldwin at? J Blue says, I like how you call it Twitter still, like us people in Chicago still call this Sears Towers instead of listen, J Blue. I'm always gonna call it Twitter. Seriously, J Blue. I'm always gonna call it Twitter. I know they got. I know they. I can't call it X. I'm not gonna lie, J Blue. It just sounds stupid. It sounds really dumb. Oh no, it's all good, Jonathan. I was just sitting there thinking about you yesterday. And I always appreciate you in these chats. As said, Albert, the preview with Cyrus against Albert. That preview with Cyrus again in Lulu's room, talking to her and touching her hair makes me want to knock him out. Oh, well, Jonathan, I'm glad you're here tonight. So I always appreciate you. Well, it's all good, Jonathan. I just appreciate having you here. Laura needs to check on Lulu ASAP. Laura needs a lot of things, and that is one of many. Uh, we not even gonna sit there and get started on Laura because you know how I feel about that shit. Well, then he's been doing a damn good job, then, right? Right, Jay Blue? Wait, that's still a movie trilogy I never seen. I've seen bits and pieces of it, but I've never actually seen the whole thing, though. So says Albert, if Cyrus did kill Sam, it means Dex and Sonny are vindicated. Oh, you mean for wanting to take his ass out, right? Well, Ed, I've always sat there and said, no, I don't think so, Donna. I know she only takes her vacation once a year. But Ed, I mean, let's be honest. Why on earth would you sit there and be cool with the person who put your little girl in that bed in the first place? Why are you sitting there letting Cyrus visit, sit with your little girl, with the man who put her in the coma in the first place? You should be damn near want to start violence on site with Cyrus. Okay, that's where your headspace should be at. Not you hanging out and be like, oh well, it's complicated. It's not really complicated. The dude is responsible for your little girl being in a coma, and your dumbass is what you're talking about. Oh, it's complicated. No, it's not. Just like you that they're trying to petition Heather Weber's release because of some metal poisoning when she was not there having bodies on top of bodies like there was no tomorrow. Thank you, Francis. Appreciate that. So like it just when you sit there and say like she's been out of pocket for a hot minute. Well, still showed a little bit of my ass there. Okay. Thank you, J Blow. On site every single damn time. Let's put it this way: if Portia or Jordan had something happen to their son's daughter, you really think that Portia and Jordan would be like, even if they had a brother like Cyrus or somebody else, you think they would be like, oh well, it's complicated. It ain't complicated. No universe, you gonna sit there and tell me that shit makes sense. Showed out Laura smacked him. Well, that's true, Jonathan. But see, the problem is, Jonathan, she didn't keep that same energy, right? I mean, seriously, let's think about that, Jonathan. You had a long lost brother who put your daughter or your son in a coma. Do you think at any point in time that you would be allowing that brother or sister to sit there and visit your child in the hospital, or for her to want to sit there and have a relationship with you? Like, sir, like and then they just sit there and say, "Well, with Laura is complicated. It's not fucking complicated. Exactly, Chris. It's not complicated. Let's sit there and play this dumb shit. Like, I know Laura's like, all like Halo and forgiving and everything like that, but damn, Laura's also human. Link says first Cyrus, then Heather. Now she's making excuses for Lucky being a deadbeat. Yes. Bring Heather, Karen. Thank you, Donna, and Karen for Esme. Esme who did all that stuff to Cam and Josh and Trina. Oh no 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 no! Because she has baby Ace. Okay, you can sit there and love that child. You don't have to give a damn about Esme. I mean, she was going to bat for this chick, and I forgot about. And thank you, Don. I forgot about Esme. So when I sit there and say that Laura is an idiot, I'm not just sitting there saying that to be a dick. I'm not saying that to be mean. I'm saying that because she's coming across as a goddamn idiot. Oh my goodness, it is exhausting. See, I stay on that same energy. Oof, I stay on that same energy. Lucky to be that long of a and add Lucky to that long list. But the thing is, here's the thing, Jay Bloom. Some people are just not meant to be parents. I mean, Jay Bloom. Here's the thing, and I'm not excusing that. I'm just not there saying like he's kind of a shady person for running out on his responsibilities, but at the same time, some people are just not built to be fathers. Sean says, Albert, did they drop Ray blackmail? Oh, no, they did not, Sean. No, they did not. They just paused it. They just paused it. Cherry Skin says Laura can't be that naive. The problem is, Cherry Skin, they've been writing her that naive for a very long time. Cherry Skin, they've been writing her that naive since Cyrus. Since Cyrus. And then Esme. And I forgot about Esme. Donna says, especially since Cam is Laura's grandson, that was just stupid. But you know what's really funny though, Donna? Whenever I sit there and call Laura an idiot for all that, apparently I'm being mean. I'm being insensitive. I'm the bad guy. I'm the villain. I'm always the fucking villain. But specifically towards dads. No, Sean, they did not, and I can't wait for Brad to sit there. Seriously, Cherry Ice Cream, I'm the villain. You know what's really funny, Cherry Ice Cream? When I got so much smoke and dislikes and stuff like that for my review on General Hospital, when I gave Jason, uh, I gave Jason all the smoke and stuff like that. Apparently, I was the bad guy, and the thing is, Cherry Ice Cream, Jason's my favorite character. But you know what I always say? No one is spared the rod. Francis says writers have changed Laura's character, though Laura wouldn't have acted. Yeah, exactly. Yep, Francis, you know. As is Albert the same way Luke and Laura threw Starbucks in his ice chamber when he took Lulu to be the ice princess. I'm gonna need that Lulu back. Yeah, I didn't see that Lulu. I mean, I didn't see that Laura, but she sounded like a badass though. Well, the thing is, Donna, that could be the same thing said with Sam, right? That could be the same thing said with Sam. Sam was always a badass. When Jason came back, Sam started acting like a straight up Karen. Let's just be real. She wasn't happy that Jason was back. She was accusing him of shooting. She accused him of shooting Dante. This is a man you slept with. This is a man that you loved, and you're accusing him of shooting Dante? Like you don't know who he is? And then sat there and acted like you getting all mad talking about, oh, Danny's this, Danny's that. You had a baby with him. Shut your goddamn mouth. And I agree with every single word that Carly said. You chose to have a baby with him. You don't get to sit there and travel back through time and undo it. That's not how that works. Wayne says, AB, what resolution would you like to see for the custody agreement with Sam's kids? What's going on right now? Them living at the Quartermaines. Them living at the Quartermaines with Dante and Jason, making it work. Making that work. That's the best resolution. Donna says, I agree, that didn't make any sense for her character. That's the thing, Cherry Scream. I was not here for it. And to be fair, Cherry Scream, I feel like even Kelly Monaco probably wasn't there for it. You know? They try to redeem her character a little bit by snitches saying, "Don't ever have anyone try to change you, even me." But that was like too little, too late at that point. And it said that Laura was ready with the gun or confronting people when needed and being smarter than this. Yes, but the thing is, I like to call it character assassination. Okay, so Laura has had character assassination. Sam has definitely had character assassination. Lucky has had character assassination because they changed his character around. Okay. I wonder if Lucky being a donor was the original plan. I don't think so, Sean. They do usually write this, but to be fair, Sean, I've heard that they change stuff around very often. Like they changed around the hook killer a couple of times. Wayne said that was a throwaway line. Sam was beefing with Jason Heavy. They did a 180 out. Yeah, well, that's the thing, Wink. That's why I call it character assassination. What's good, Kaiwan? Him also got pregnant again. Great to have Jason's baby when everybody thought Drew was Jason. Yes. Yep. So you don't sit there and get to complain and bitch and moan now. That's not how that works. You knew damn well that Jason was never going to be father material, parental material. Okay. He chose the mob over you. He chose the mob over his own. You know what I'm saying? Like he chose the mob. He was a mobster. You sat there and you had a baby with a mobster. You knew exactly who he was. Well, I changed. Good for you, Sam. I'm glad you changed. I'm glad that they made you extremely boring. But unfortunately, that change doesn't work for everyone, even when you have a kid. Yeah, I enjoyed the cherry ice cream, but I know a lot of people was not really feeling it. Absolutely, Jillian. I look forward to that chat. You have a great night. Wink says, all meant to ask, do you think that Cody has a right to be upset with Sasha being no, absolutely not, Wink. They ain't married, they're cousins. Um but the problem is, Wink, his bitch ass is actually gonna sit there and be upset though too. Remember, Wink, he's the same guy who got upset and had this mysterious out of nowhere beef with Drew. So unfortunately we are gonna sit there and see that. And he'll probably sit there and be like, oh, he knocked up the help. Have a good night, Francis. Hopefully, I will see you tomorrow. I want to say, is there any chance Jason Quartermaine will come back when Jason moves in the quarter? No, he's not going to go back to his old version. Kevin says, Do you think Carter will go to prison? He should. His ass did commit fraud for some boom boom. And it says, so I guess Jason's penthouse going away. Not that Jason had, now that, yep, maybe another character will sit there and, yeah, that was his penthouse. He gave it to Sam, but that was his. People want to sit there and try to act like that was Sam's place. I was like, no, that was not Sam's place. That was his place. Donna says Lucky's character has definitely been assassinated, and Holly's too. Yep, and they have made her totally unlikable. Sam was not that selfish in the beginning. But she was also not that stupid. I almost sit there and go with to say she wasn't that stupid. She knew exactly who Jason was. Remember, she sat there, she risked her freedom when she was on parole to be with Jason. Yeah, people forgot about that shit. People forgot about that shit. It's unfortunate, but oh, Ed, you know she's gonna be pregnant. come on, Ed, come on, bro. Kevin says, Who thinks Sasha and Michael get married? You know, if they get married just for the sake of a child, that's not good. Francis says, Do you think that they'll put Lulu and Cody together? No, no, because you know Cody's not gonna sit there and do that to Dante. Not gonna, is that exactly, Jonathan? Not gonna do that to Dante. Oh, that's true, Don. That's true. I don't forget. Wink says, I don't forget because Christina threw it up in Sam's face, being ungrateful after Sam and Jason saved her from Donna Day. Hmm. Yeah, you know that's the thing, Jonathan. They're gonna have to do something with Cole. See, okay, I said this in my review, and I'll sit there and say this here, right? Breaking up Cody and Sasha was stupid. the retcon Robert being the father. Because let's be honest, I don't feel that Robert's actually going to be back on the show, or at least anytime soon. So we're not going to have those father and daughter moments, them really getting close or anything like that. Who the hell knows when Emma Samms is actually going to come back on this show? So what was the point of actually breaking up a couple that people generally like seeing together just for this retcon? And the only thing I could sit there and say was because people wanted Michael and Sasha back together. So they decided to cave into it. Even though I'm pretty sure more people like Cody and Sasha together. But I would sit there and say this much though, for every single person that wanted that wanted Michael and Sasha together, there you go. So I got what y'all wanted. Yeah, exactly, Wing. And most likely, I mean, come on, let's be real, Wing. Robert's it's he got up there in age, and not everyone can sit there and do this for a lifetime. And Emma, I'm pretty sure she still has some sort of issues, maybe from when she had the virus. So, she doesn't pop in that often. Or exactly, yep, exactly. Thank you. See, Donna's smart. Donna knows. I literally started talking about that, and Donna was already right there. Well, there you go, Jay Blue. There you go. So when people sit there and they get upset about that whole breaking up thing, just remember, exactly. CJ Blue knows. 78 and up there in age, and Holloway shows up. Yep. Yeah. So you can see how it was just so stupid in the long run. And this is the issue that people have. This is the issue that people have. So she doesn't have. She does have his replacement for Hannah. What? You mean for Anna? Because, but yeah, and that's the thing. So yeah, Jay Blue, Ed, and Donna is all correct about that. So them breaking them up was ultimately stupid, but you know, maybe in this weird way, this was to save Michael's character. Let's be honest, Michael and Willow were boring as shit. Here's the thing, we can all agree that Michael and Willow were boring as shit. Michael was much better with Sasha. And then people sat there and complain, oh, well, they made Sasha boring. Like, y'all people, I swear to, I don't know. Yeah, and the thing is, Chase, it proves another point. You can't please everyone. You cannot make everyone happy. People wanted Michael and Sasha back together, they most likely will get back together. People wanted Sasha and Cody together, and they're upset. So then you can't sit there and please them. So what do you do? Chaz, in a sense, this is the reason why I'm loving the body and soul stuff a little bit because Leo is under a lot of pressure. Not just pressure from the fans and giving what the fans want, but also since they're trying to make this make sense. Also, since they're trying to make the actors happy. How many times did you sit there and see Hattie and Bonnie come in acting like a bunch of divas? If you're going to be a diva, be hot. I know that sounds, well, it sounds wrong, but let's be honest. Hot women get a way longer a pass, but you see what I'm saying? Johnson says, if Michael and Sasha get together, they end up boring, then people will want. see, Jonathan knows. Jay Blue says just like people wanted Sasha to quit working at the Q's, but they kept forgetting she's broke. She's living at the Q's rent free. Exactly. But see, then we get to that other point, though, right, Jay Blue? So she's broke and she's living at the Q's rent free, right? She's so worried about this secret coming out that big bad Michael has to protect her. And wrong. You got Sonny, you got Nina. Sasha is not going to be broke and destitute, sitting there living out on the streets, begging for change. We all know that. So, like, um, as says, our Sasha was never boring, even when she wasn't with Michael. People are tripping with calling Sasha boring. People are sitting there tripping when they gave Sasha some really good material, and people said it was too dark. Just like people sat there and said that the threesome with Johnny, I mean with Alex, Chanel, and Allie was going too far. People were tripping about that shit too, and I still think about that. But her pride won't let her accept their help. I know Jay Blue, but and that's the thing now. Like, and I get it on some level, but like, see, it's just a cop out. It's a cop out. It's another cop out for Michael to sit there and keep his damn mouth shut. Because let's be honest, he wants to sit there. I think on a subconscious level, he still wants to sit there and try to be upset with Willow and Drew and be morally superior, even though he's not. And he calls himself a hypocrite, but subconsciously he wants to sit there and still have that over his head. So he doesn't want to sit there and tell the truth. Oh, I'm going to use Sasha's job on the line. Come on, bro. Johnson says the problem with Mike and Willow was that the writers didn't give enough material for fans to really get invested into. Are you sure that's it? Thank you, Ed. So she got shit, and yeah, um, I forgot who said that. Where's my damn error button now? Oh, you said that. It said, yeah, I see what you're saying. So it's just one of those things where it's like that's the thing though, you know. If you have to sit there and learn anything from Michael and Willow's situation as a man, is to sit there and be decisive. Don't just say you want to sit there and try to fix things. Actually try to do it. Because being passive aggressive clearly does not work. That's some shit that you just get comfortable with because you don't like conflict. Relationships can be messy. And if they're worth fighting for, you will sit there and fight for them. Johnson says better writing and better stories would have made Michael and Willow more interesting. Well, yeah, Jonathan. I mean, that could be the same thing said just in general for a lot of these different stories. I mean, how you go to Brady and Kristen. The same tired ass shit of her using her daughter as a weapon to sit there and control Brady just gets old. And it diminishes the character Kristen. So yeah, that could be a easy applicable band-aid to sit there and fix her character, but they won't do it. Jay Blue says I was invested in Michael and Willow's relationship, but he also had her on a pedestal ever since she got back. Yeah. You know it's funny, Jay Blue? This is something that DC always sits there and says. Don't put somebody on a pedestal. Don't do it. Kevin says it's a good story. Thomas and Bridget married with kids and Steffy was with Rick back in the day. Um yeah, okay. I had to sit there and think we're actually related. He backed out of the sound advice that Jason gave him. However, GH writers don't like happy couples. I mean, I'm cool with conflict, but this is just stupid at this point. You gotta have conflict, make it make sense. Make it make sense. He's giving all the passive aggressive heat the drill. Yeah, exactly. And that's another problem that I have. But see, the thing is, Jay Blue, I'll tell you this much. He's given all that aggression to Drew, and most fans are okay with it because they don't like Drew anyway. Drew is a predator. Drew is this. Drew is that. Drew is the third. I guess so. I guess when Willow does the waterworks, it's just essentially Drew's fault. Seems like they don't do anything with Lucky. Well, they character assassinated his. I mean, they assassinated his character. I'll tell you that much, Kevin. They did that. So exactly, Jonathan. Drew's not a predator. I've seen so many comments. I've seen comments to the point I'm just. No offense. Sometimes I start to roll my eyes a little bit, not because I'm a Drew defender, but it's like people will sit there and say that Drew is this, Drew is that, Drew is the third, but they won't sit there and give that same energy to Willow. Willow is a serial cheater. Okay, Willow's the type of person who will sit there and say one thing and do the exact opposite. I love my family. You sat there and you banged Drew on the floor like animals But you just sat there and said that you love Michael and you want everything to work out. The same people that have all this energy for Drew don't have near the amount for Willow. And I can go into the reasons why, but because I've been drinking a little bit, I don't feel like they're trying to take a shovel to dig my way out of it. And by dig my way out of it, not being a total dick. But if you watched my streams before, you know one of the reasons why. Donna says, I agree. Chase doesn't like to see happy couples, but could it be partly Fann's fault because we like us? That's exactly what it is, Donna. That's exactly what that is. You know, Donna, I will sit there and say, in some ways, some of the, this whole Cody and Sasha being cousins is partly some of the fans' fault. Okay, remember the fans sat there and they wanted Michael and Sasha together, right? They didn't care how. They didn't, they just wanted them together. So now you got them together. But I don't want them as cousins. Well, you know what? You wanted them together, they listened to you. Sounds like a you problem at that point. Johnson says you can call out Drew for betraying Michael, but you calling him a predator and creepy is overly aggressive. Yes. That's why I sit there and I look at that and I'm like, I call him human. He has an attraction. And in our reality, and the thing that really gets me a lot is that I've seen women that will have that same energy, like Kristen. No one sits there and calls Kristen a creep, right? No one sits there and calls Kristen a creep. No one really mentions when Kristen essayed Eric, right? The same. Let's be honest. The same women that will sit there and call Drew a predator will not sit there and call Kristen a predator. Yeah. I want you to think about that for a minute. And it says, Ivan Willow's a two-time cheater. You don't have to like Drew to give Willow that smoke. She slept with Michael on Wiley's birthday, and Drew in the nursery missed me with that. She also cheated on Chase. So, yeah. I feel like Kaiwan is just like writing his own story. Donna says, agree. If some fans were complaining they don't like Cody's, now they split. Exactly. Remember that. Remember that, Donna. Remember in the beginning when Cody got on board and people were like, "I don't like Cody. I don't like him. I think that he's just there because Frank likes him," and all this other bullshit. Wing says, "And where are they doing with Cody's character? How long is he going to be taking care of those horses? He didn't even show up. But he didn't. And Kyrie's motherfucking Clark. Kyrie says came at the right time. Phyllis is a S predator, though. I'll make sure the whole world knows." But it's funny though, Kyrie's. Here's the thing. I like Phyllis, but you just proved my point. See, normally it's just a time where I'll sit there and be like, okay, Kyrie's. But you proved my point though. For every fan that sits there and says, I like Phyllis, I like Phyllis. I'm sorry. For every woman that sits there and says, I like Phyllis, I like Phyllis. You haven't once sat there and called her an ex predator. Is it because she's a woman? I have no problem sitting there calling out Drew. Donna says, agree. I don't understand people calling Drew a predator either. Willow consent every time Willow me. Well, Donna, it's because when Willow brings out the waterworks, you have someone that will sit there and say, oh, he's a predator. Because, a woman is crying. So, Justice says this may be controversial, but sometimes it feels like men are held to a higher standard than women. Jonathan, that's not just controversial, that is just a fact. That is just a fact. Remember, I did my video about how men are portrayed on soaps and not exactly in the best of lights. Carrie says she's a woman that got the strength and height of a man. She's a predator, a huge blank predator. I will never ever forgive her. We kind of went a little bit left there, but yes. Um, but again, Kyrie, you proved my point. Now, how is Kyrie's Clark doing tonight? That's what I want to know. That's what I want to know. Because you are doing your live stream tonight, right? Your members live stream? Jay Blue says women are seen as weak and fragile. It's true. Ed said, just like the Carly defenders, I like the character, but when Carly's out of pocket, she can get it too. She has a list of messed up stuff and still hasn't paid. Ed, you know my motto: no one is spared the rod. No one is spared. Even like I said, even Jason's not spared the rod for me. That's why sometimes I would sit there and call Jason bitch made sucker punching Jason. Kyrie says, no, I'm not streaming tonight. I'll be back tomorrow night. I'm studying it tonight. Oh, okay. Wink says, AB and Kyrie is the anti-hero and a true villain. I think I could be a villain too. I think I can. But it is always good to sit there and see my friend Kyrie's Clark. Yes, she has, Donna. But I always sit there and I look at Phyllis and I look at Carly, and I always sit there and think to myself, Phyllis was like the prototype of Carly before Carly got boring in a sense. My 18 years of watching General Hospital, I never liked at all. Felt like he slows the show down. I always wanted to turn back. Always wanted him to come back to Jason Quartermaine. Johnson says Jason will always be Jason Morgan. Yeah, I know. But Jonathan, like I say, he's my favorite character, but I'm still not getting over that. I'm still not getting over the fact that he's stuck in Punch True. And it's funny too, because like I got so much smoke in the comment section for that. I was like, I don't think y'all people actually know what a sucker punch is. And somebody was like, "Oh, is he supposed to sit there and announce that he's punching him?" No. But if you see a man sit there trying to shake your hand and you decide to punch him in the face, I don't know what you want to sit there and call that. But in my world, I call that a sucker punch. Okay, Ed, yes. But I'm just not to say how the character was. Like Harley was messy back in the day. Phyllis was messy back in the day. I can see a lot of characters that Carly got from Phyllis. Yeah, I know. I know. Carrie says, Wing says Drew is a Navy SEAL, right? So a sucker punch shouldn't phase him. I'm not even gonna go there. No, I'm not. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it, Wink. Um, Carrie says, Christina May. Christina is my mortal enemy. I started to wish TJ would tear her a new one. She never once acknowledged the baby as his. Delusional nut job, can't believe I defended her before. I can't wait to go on your stream so you can explain that one. Exactly, Donna. You messed up when Carly's making sense. Teacher was right about Christina all along. Well, you know what this proves, right? That isn't that even as creators and fans, given different evidence, we can always sit there and change our minds and our opinions on things. Have a good night, J Blow. It was really great to see you. And shit, I should probably get ready to go to bed too. All right. I was just gonna say this much: if Bad Kitty, aka Cat Lady, comes on tomorrow I will sit there and do a regular stream. So not just me can have the pleasure of her lovely company, but everyone can. So we'll see. Have a good night, Wink Wink. Have a good night, Cherry Ice Cream. Have a good night, Kai Wan. Have a good night, J Blue. Have a good night, Mr. Kyrie Clark. Have a good night, Jonathan, aka my Michael Baldwin to my Victor Newman. Missed you, my guy. Missed you. Have a good night, Cat Lady. Have a good night, Donna. It was somebody's birthday today too. Oh, Gloria. Gloria and Eagle Fang. Harry says, "Are you going to do both members?" I think I'm just gonna do a regular one, Harry's. Um, I'm probably gonna be sleeping most of the day, so if Cat Lady comes through, then we'll do a regular one. Johnson says, "What do you think of Ava being upset on Sophia's behalf?" Yes, I thought it was stupid. It's like the teen stuff already drags shit down anyway, and the fact that they spent more time talking about Kate and Sophia than whatever was going on with them, it's kind of lame. Yes, have a good night, Kyries. Have a good night, Ed. Have a good night, Cherry Ice Cream. It's always good to see you. Johnson says, join us next time for another edition of Silver Chop without Bostic. Thank you, my friend. Have a good night, Queen Janet. Um, Always love having you in the chat. Johnson says, good night, everyone, and hit the like button. Yes, hit that like button because it really does actually help. So she does. And share the videos too, because that's also really been working out. Big Nate. I feel so bad. I'm actually the subs are good for the most part, except for days. And kind of GH a little bit. Felt a little fillerish. Yeah, Nate, but I might do a regular live stream tomorrow if Cat Lady comes through. So I will let people know. Oh. Yeah, have a good night, LaShawn. I wonder what happened to LaShanta. I haven't seen LaShanta in a hot minute. Um, Anybody else I missed? You know exactly who you are, Ronnie Ron. Hmm. And yes, I will see y'all tomorrow in Spencer. All right, I'll sit there and see in the next stream. Depending on Cat Lady. Laters.